how could you break away from this magic pill mentality? Well, I like to remind myself that I didn't get my disease from one sole thing or event. It was a combination of things. So naturally, a combination of things would also need to happen to be healed. My sickness was part bad diet, there was emotional stuff, part lifestyle, part pathogenic. So I had to break all that down, look at each aspect of my life, and make a change to get that full spectrum healing. Now, many marketing campaigns seem to feature, one product as this cure. But at LTYG, we take a full mind-body approach, which is why Jeannie always emphasizes doing all 8 steps in her video, 8 key steps to healing IBD. But here's the thing, it's important to follow all these steps at the same time, because like I said, it's this combination of things that will treat from every angle of the disorder, leading to symptom relief and long-lasting healing. Now, if you haven't seen her video, you definitely 1000% need to give this a watch. It's the basis of Jeannie's gut healing protocol. So I'm going to go ahead and link it in the video description below for you. Again, if you haven't seen it, it's a must watch. Now, it's important to realize that we are all unique. So this idea of one pill cures all would be silly, because each of our bodies has a unique formation, unique microbiome, flora, etc. and so forth. Your journey is your own. And as great as it is to learn and gain, more knowledge surrounding your issues, try not to judge yourself or compare yourself to others and their personal healing journeys. A certain treatment may have worked really well for one individual, but perhaps you can't tolerate it at all and are highly reactive, perhaps like I always was. So just remember that in this case, there is nothing wrong with your body. You just perhaps haven't found your flow yet. It actually took me years until I could tolerate certain treatments, and some still to this day I can't tolerate. My body just doesn't like it. So instead of forcing these treatments to work for me or my body, I simply switched to alternatives that provided the same benefits, but in a way that my body could process it safely. Jeannie's journey was very different from mine. And Jeannie's personal physician, Dr. Juliet, also had a journey much different from mine and different from Jeannie's too. And everyone I met who has healed their IBD was just so different with their journeys. We all started with different circumstances and ended differently, but we all got to where we wanted and needed to go. So there is such beauty in that. So follow your own path and don't compare your progress to others. One way to break free of this magic pill paradigm is to take responsibility and charge of your own health. And what I love about LTYG is that we offer so many suggestions, but they are just that. They are suggestions. They are ideas and protocols that have worked for Jeannie, as she has tested them herself. But she has also provided them as a basis for you to take what you need and experiment until you find what works for you and your body, and that groove and that flow that I was talking about earlier, to start getting relief. So don't feel the pressure that if blank protocol is not working for you, you have to continue on it to heal. Maybe the timing is just off, the dosing is off, or maybe at this stage of healing, you cannot tolerate it. As I always say, start low and slow, then modify based on how your body responds. One other point I'd like to address regarding this magic pill paradigm is to try to let go of the fear that's instilled upon you by perhaps doctors or others who may pressure you. A major challenge I encountered in realizing there wasn't just one magic cure or pill was letting go of what doctors had honestly bullied me into thinking for so many years. Things like, if you don't take this medicine, you won't heal. So this planted that magic pill syndrome in my own mind, and I just felt like I had been brainwashed for years that one pill or medication would be the cure. And then if I didn't take that, all hope was lost and I was never going to get better. But if I did take that medication against the warning of my own body saying no, then that was even worse. And I just got sicker. So I eventually realized that this particular care team that I had, which was supposed to support me, instead of using fear to make me see that there's no other way out. So I switched. And deep in my gut, I knew there were better ways of healing and handling these situations. So obviously, I switched care teams. But my point here is try to take that fear and panic away by trusting your body and gut and take that responsibility for your own health. Don't give it to someone else. Even if it's a doctor or a trusted healthcare agent, family member, or friends, you are in charge and you still get to choose and you have choice. Make sure you have people in your corner that you trust, that are going to respect and value your choices. In Jeannie's book, Listen to Your Gut, she touches upon this point numerous times. It's very important that you feel empowered in your choice of healthcare. Now, you may be thinking, that's all great, but I personally don't know what to do. I am not a doctor. And this is where, again, we go back to listening to your gut. I'm currently working on a blog post series, how to listen to your own intuition by listening to your gut. And that way you could ensure that you are respecting your body and what it needs while treating it. There's a wonderful synergetic relationship that you can have with doctors and healthcare agents when you trust yourself and what your body wants. And while you reflect on, all these points that we've discussed today, make sure you are transmuting and releasing what no longer serves you. For me, this was tapping on the fear of letting go of this crutch that I had to certain medications or supplements, perhaps, that fear from the pressure that I had to do these certain treatments that I was uncomfortable with, or the fear that I was never going to heal. Jeannie emphasizes that to release this idea of the magic pill fear, it has to be released first. And all of these fears can be tapped on and released doing Jeannie's laser tapping course. And in fact, the slogan for her laser tapping is self-healing and empowerment at your fingertips. So in this case, the empowerment is going to help us let go of the magic pill paradigm, but also take charge of our own health. And you can join Jeannie for a free session in the video description below for you in that link, or she has designed several mini sessions to help peel away those layers of emotions, which I'm also going to link for you guys below in the description. How do you personally navigate your healing protocols? And have you found alternatives that have worked better for you? Please share with me your journey if you would like to by commenting below. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, happy healing, and remember, always listen to your gut.
you.